On this episode, fly along with Derek and I as we take the floatplane out and land under a bridge on the Colorado River. I trained Derek about 2 years ago for his private pilot airplane single engine land. Today I decided to invite him along for his introductory to floatplane flying. The wind was right, and I took him for a fun intro to see what it's like. During the floatplane course we offer, and when the wind is right, I always try to take my new seaplane students to land on the Colorado River, which connects Lake LBJ and Lake Travis in the heart of the Texas Hill Country. There's a town where Highway 281 crosses the Colorado River called Marble Falls. The Colorado forms a neat canyon, and you get to put several of your floatplane skills to use. When you do the landing right, you touch down just prior to crossing onto the Highway 281 bridge, which is always exciting for a new floatplane student. Fly along with us.
Alright, you had the flight controls. We got runway 19 on the asphalt and in the compass. You had the flight controls.
I had the flight controls.
Alright, go ahead and bring the power in. There'll be a little bit of left rudder, left turning tendencies. Alright, power's in. Airspeed's coming up. Gauges are in the green. Look at this sight picture right here. This is how high you're going to be when you touch down on the water and back on land. Okay, alright. Airspeed's starting to come up. Go ahead and start pulling back. There we go. Okay, a little bit of right rudder. Get the nose down. Alright, go ahead. Pause, ready to climb. Get your gear up. Alright, gears up. Now, 1 notch of flaps. See how it settles? Yeah. So give it a second, okay? Good. Burn it. Flip. 3 Charlie Golf is on the upwind departing straight out to the south. Burn it. Alright, and get the remaining flaps. So now we are at the amphibious airplane, so we got to do some stuff. We are clear of the airspace. Okay, look up out here. I see 2 up on the right. I see 2 up on the left. We got 4 blue. The handle is up. There's no red. Repeat after me on this. We are now a float plane. We're not going to touch the gear handle until we return to land.
Okay, we are now a seaplane. We're not going to touch the gear handle until we return to land.
Excellent.
Alright.
Alright, so we're flying along, and where we're heading is the Colorado River, and it connects Lake LBJ to Lake Travis. Okay?
So we're actually landing on the Colorado then?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So let's talk about this. I'll fly the airplane if you want to just listen up.
Okay. You have the controls?
Yeah, I have the flight controls.
You have the flight controls.
So I'm going to demonstrate a glassy window landing, okay, today. So, if you're landing a helicopter, a Tundra tire tail dragger, or a float plane in an unimproved area, you have to do a site survey, or in the Army, as we called it, a low altitude recon, okay? And there's a little acronym that I like to use. It's called SSBAT-W, and I like to add an E in there for an escape plan. So we're looking for the size, the suitability, the barriers, the approach angle, the takeoff direction, what the wind is doing, and then an escape plan in case things go bad. Okay. So all of those things I could talk about with you in great detail in the classroom, but they all are pretty intuitive. You're looking for the size. Make sure you got an adequate area, not just for landing, but takeoff. You can get this float plane into place, but you may not necessarily be able to get it out.
Okay, what's your takeoff roll on the water?
We don't have performance charts for it.
Okay.
We have to use that. We have to determine that based off of experience.
Okay.
Charlie's clear, 19 Burnett.
So does that change based on the choppiness of the water? Does that affect it a lot?
It does. If
Okay.
it's glassy, it's going to take more water
Okay.
because of the drag. Suitability, whether it's actually going to work for us or not. Barriers, is there anything we got to clear? Power lines. Approach direction, which way are we going to go? Wind, well the wind is calm, so that's not a factor. We can look at the water and determine what the water's doing. And then, of course, takeoff direction, because it's just as important to be able to find a place to make a good takeoff. So down there is our landing area.
Okay. So that's Marble Falls already.
That is it.
Excellent.
All right, so now we're going to do our recon. Now you see it is glassy water. So it's a canyon. It's going to be a canyon landing, so we're going to have good peripheral. But it's a little bit choppy on this end, so it's a little glassy, but it's not like really glassy. It's almost perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing a recon. So that little stretch on the east side of the bridge is our landing area.
Okay.
So I'm going to land right in that area right there. What we're doing now is I'm checking out, looking for wires, looking for antennas. The main thing is when you're flying low like this on a float plane, you want to make sure you stay within power off gliding distance of the water.
Okay.
You also want to make sure you look out for antennas. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm scoping it out right here. You see this house right here?
Yeah.
That's going to be my last reference point.
Okay.
In other words, I'm going to set up for my glassy water landing approach when I'm adjacent to that house right there.
Right.
So that I set up for a nice smooth landing.
Okay.
And a glassy water landing takes a little bit of space. What we're going to do is we're going to fly up this river here, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to set up, and I'm going to descend along the river,
Okay.
and cut the corner of the river, and then be fully configured and stabilized by the time I get to that house.
Okay. So your touchdown point's gonna be a little after the house.
Yeah, it's going to be a good little ways after the house because it's going to be glassy water, and it takes a while when you're doing a glassy water landing.
Okay.
Because you're using a really shallow rate of descent.
Okay.
You want to always make sure that you recon it out to make sure a boulder hasn't fell in the water, a sandbar hasn't built up, there's no sunken boat or something in the, anything that could have changed.
Right.
So we're going to fly right over it. We're going to look down at the
Okay.
river. So this is going to be our approach.
Okay.
So that's our landing area. It looks clear. I don't see any new wires that have come up. I don't see anything that's going to cause us any problems, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead, instead of turning out over town, we're going to turn over here because we want to be a good neighbor. There's less congestion over here. We're going to stay 500 feet above any property. Right? We got an antenna right there. I got it in sight. See that antenna off the nose? I got it in sight. Couple
All right.
left. When you're flying helicopters, tail draggers, float planes, not only do you have to worry about antennas, but you got to worry about the guide wires that are attached to them.
Right.
And you can't lose situational awareness of where they're at. And they can pop up overnight, man, especially in this new tech age. All right, that's a clear path. I'm going to go out over there, give myself plenty of room to do a before landing checklist, get everything configured like I want it, and set myself up so that I got a nice little descent rate going to come over the dam.
Okay. Yeah, because you kind of, once you get down there, you're kind of boxed in.
Yep. All right, so water rudders are up.
Water rudder up.
Okay. We got mags around both. We got the gear handle is up, 4 blue, no transient.
Okay.
I got 2 up on the right, 2 up on the left. The mixture come rich, please.
Extra rich.
All right. Go ahead and give me 1 notch of flaps.
All right.
All right, full landing, gas.
All right.
Gas is on both, okay? And we got fuel for the mission. Car pre on. Undercarriage, 4 blue, no red. Gears up. And mixture full rich, right?
Extra full rich.
Okay, props and seat belts are secure. All right, so we're over the river. We're going to fly the river. I got wires. But I want to stay well above them wires, okay? The other thing about wires is if you ever have to fly over wires and you're down low, find the top of the pole and fly over the top of the pole. What we're doing, all right, we're well clear. Go ahead and give me 2 notches of flaps. All right. And go ahead and kill the carburetor heat. Carburetor heat off. Yep, that's it. All right, so this is our approach path right here down the canyon.
All right, it looks a little strange to see the ground passing up beside you.
Yeah, it does, and it's nice and clear. No wires down there. Looking out for wires. Right, clear. We already reconned it twice. Look out to your right, bub.
Okay.
How about that?
Very nice. Wow.
All right. So we're gonna get down low. All right, now I'm gonna start putting some power in here. Getting my airplane fully stabilized. There's my last reference point right there.
Yep.
All right, we're coming down. We're going to let it settle on down.
Wow. You can smell the lake.
All right, looking out in front of us, making sure we're not going to hit any obstacles.
Okay.
We're coming down. We're coming down. We're coming down. And we're using our peripheral too, but we're using our glassy water technique. And we're in ground effect.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Yeah, better than brakes.
How about that?
Wow. So, how fast can I get a seaplane rating?
There you go. All right, give me a favor if you would, and put your water rudders in.
Okay, water rudder is in.
Go ahead and start taking your seatbelt off. Get the door open, take your headset off.
All right.